Hi friends, in today's class, I'll be taking you through 2 safety drops that every aerialist should be doing. These are super simple and super powerful in increasing your confidence. A safety note that before you do any sort of drop, you need to be incredibly confident in your rigging setup and the height of your hammock. Drops will have a huge impact on your rigging and equipment. For example, a 100-pound aerialist can generate up to 1,000 pounds of force in a drop on any aerial apparatus. You'll also need to check the height of your hammock to make sure you have at least 2 to 3 inches of space between your head and the ground. With all of that being said, let's take a look at the 2 drops that you'll be practicing in today's class. Watch me first as I demonstrate the drops a couple of times, and then go ahead and practice by yourself on your safe, secure aerial setup. Let's get started. So let's start by going through the back belt safety drop. So I'm going to show you first, so just watching me. You're going to come into your back belt, so bringing the hammock onto your lower back, below your hip bones, onto the top of the glutes. And just lifting up into a little froggy, reaching up nice and high. Lifting up through the chest, activating through the core. So you're coming into this froggy position with the knees wide, toes touching together. Then you'll come into a straddle, so opening the legs out wide. You'll then release your hands, allowing your head to drop towards the ground. And coming back again, reaching up into the hammock, looking up chin to chest, back into your frog. And then straddle the legs, release the hands, allowing the head to drop. And noticing as well that you have enough space between your head and the floor. So I recommend coming into this position first, so slowly coming into the position like you normally would into your inverted goddess or your straddle, and just checking how much space is between you and the head. Between you and the ground, I should say. I recommend practicing each drop between 5 to 10 times just to get the use of the sensation of your head quickly going towards the ground and allowing the trust and sensation of the hammock catching you as you fall. So the second drop that you'll be going through today is the front belt drop. So if you're not comfortable yet in your front belt or your hip hang, it feels sensitive on those hip flexors, you're welcome to take a blanket or a towel, fold it up over the hammock to create more padding between you and the hammock. I also recommend, if you are not comfortable in your hip hang and you don't have the strength to lift up your chest and stay in that position, then this might not be for you today as well. So I'll demonstrate what we're doing. So you're gonna press down, come into your hip hang, walking forward and catching the hammock in those hip flexors. And come into a little ball here, and then come and bring those hands nice and low. So you're not climbing up with the hand grip, the palms are facing in towards each other, thumbs are face down. Straighten out the legs as you lift the head and chest up. So almost like an up dog or a baby cobra, the chest is shining forward, really lifting up through the heart, the feet are lower than your head. So noticing if your feet feel like they're lifting up towards the sky and you feel like your head is super heavy, you have weight in the hand grip, then your head is probably too low if those hands are working a little bit. So see if you can pull the head up. So the weight of the hand grip should be balancing you towards the back of your space, because your head is heavier than your legs. That upper body is heavier than your lower body. So from here, you're keeping your hand grip on the hammock for this first option. And then keeping the legs straight, widen them out so feet come apart. And then you're going to allow yourself to drop towards the ground. You can control this when you have the hand grip here. And this is the end position here. So this is where you're dropping to with the feet nice and wide. Pulling up through the hand grip to lift the head up. Feet come together, widen the feet, and back into that drop. So you can take that one bounce towards the ground. And again, noticing when your head is down, is your head going to touch the ground? And if it is, then you'll need to raise the hammock up. Your second option here for this front belt drop, safety drop, is to release. So you'll need to release the hands and be confident in holding this position here. And then you can drop from here. So widening the legs and then dropping down. This requires a lot more activation through the legs, so keep them nice and straight. You don't want to bend through the knees. If you bend through the knees and collapse here, it's okay, especially if the knees are in towards the chest. If you end up coming into this sort of position and the knees start to come together, then you're going to start to lose that hammock up the legs. So the knees need to stay apart to bring or keep the hammock on the hip flexors. So if you're bending and putting the knees together, then it's no longer safe. So keep the legs straight, feet apart, and practicing with hand grip or no hand grip on the hammock. I'm just going to show you again what happens if you bend and close the knees. So knees are come together, stay together, and they bend. You'll start to collapse in the hip flexor, and notice how low my head is to the ground now. So I've lost a lot of height when I've done that. Whew, okay. So those are your 2 safety drops. I hope that this class was helpful for you today and that you're feeling more confident around the sensation of drops. Make sure you practice any drops in a professional setting and not at home by yourself, as it really is the most dangerous part of an aerial practice because of how much trust you need in the entire system involved. Also, if you're looking to advance your aerial yoga practice further, then you may be interested in my paid course, Aerial Yoga Life. My classes here on YouTube are shorter and designed for beginners. And while the course is also aimed at beginners on the hammock, over 30 days, it will take you through classes specifically designed to build your strength and then advance you into more intermediate to advanced skills. Dozens of students have already gone through the course and come out with amazing transformations. In addition, you'll also get live classes with me where I can give you feedback and assistance with your practice. There's also an extensive post-tutorial library as well. So if you're looking for a high quality structured training, then you can learn more about Aerial Yoga Life in the description. If you found value from this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe and notification bell icons so you know when I release a new video every week. I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this class and would like to practice a trick tutorial, I recommend checking out my tree pose trick tutorial over here. Or if you're looking to build some heat and strength, try out my HIIT core strength class over here. That was very jumpy, blah, 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 blah. And that's it, that's all.